Predicting wildfire threat can be helpful to firefighters, telling them where to place equipment and tracking which direction the winds will blow. But all that technology is also being used by insurance companies to determine where their risk is the highest. Vicki Vargas is live in Laguna Niguel for us. Vicki.
Yeah, Carolyn, to begin with, this is a story that came to us from a viewer, someone who doesn't even live in this neighborhood, the neighborhood of the coastal fire. His home is about a mile away, but he told us that he is not being renewed, his insurance policy, because of a wildfire risk assessment. And so the people who live here, the people who have lost their homes, say they're worried the same thing could happen to them.
Yeah, the best feature was the backyard and the fact that on 4th of July we could see like 10 different fireworks back here without leaving the house.
Everywhere Ramin Yazdi turns, there is a memory.
This was a wonderful community. Before COVID, we had block parties and we broke bread together.
But he also remembers the reality.
You know, for people that haven't experienced the fire, it's beyond belief.
The coastal fire swept through the Coronado Point neighborhood in May, scorching 200 acres of land and destroying 20 homes. 4 months later, the lots have been leveled, and there are questions about whether these homeowners can rebuild.
At first, I thought, well, we're going to have higher premiums. But now that I'm hearing that there's going to be denial, that's worse than higher premiums because that will prevent us from building.
According to the nonprofit consumer Watchdog, wildfire risk scores are determined by a variety of factors. Insurance carriers weigh probability, intensity, even flying embers. But each insurance company uses its own analytics.
We basically enter in an address, it runs the mapping on its own, tells us the fire line score, and basically either tells us if it's acceptable or unacceptable based upon fire line as well.
Wires says companies are opting not to insure in brush-adjacent neighborhoods. The California Department of Insurance has made that illegal in some areas, but not here.
If we can't get fire insurance, I don't know how anybody's going to live somewhere without fire insurance. That's a big problem.
Wildfire concerns have even made their way to platforms like Realtor.com, where you can find out a property's risk assessment before you buy.
Many people are underinsured. I don't think there's anybody here that's fully insured in terms of like being totally whole.
Ramin Yazdi and his neighbors are trying to move forward. They have filed a lawsuit against Southern California Edison, which reported circuit activity at the time of the fire. But that could take years, and he says most of those who lost their homes lost more than 4 walls and a roof.